Good day, fellow mathematicians. Welcome back to our video. Today we're going to discuss another topic in business mathematics, and that topic is changing percent to fractions and vice versa. Changing percents to fractions and fractions to percents. Previously, in the last video, we have discussed the notion of what a percent is and the conversion of decimals to fractions and vice versa. And right now, we'll talk about the conversion between the percents to fractions. Kasi diba, kung may decimals ka, edi may fractions ka, edi you can convert percents to fractions basically. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Now, una, percents to fraction. This is the rule. Ito na yung rule niya. To change a percent to a fraction, write the number in front of the percent sign. Kung ano yung number, halimbawa 4%, write this number 4 as a numerator of a fraction whose denominator is 100. And reduce the fraction as possible. E di kukunin mo yung 4 na yun. Diba? Kukunin mo yung 4 na yun. Diba? Ito, halimbawa, this is 4. Ilalagay mo lang siya sa over 100 and simplify the fraction as possible. E di ba? 4 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 over 2 multiplied by 50 or 2 over 50. E di ibig sabihin, ang 4% is just basically 2 over 50 in the first place. Kasi the 2's will cancel out. Okay? Ganun lang yun, basically. So, let's have examples to evaluate reducing the percents to fractions. Now, number 1, 65%. So, solution. For number 1, 65%, this implies that kukunin mo yung number na 65, i-over mo sa 100, and let's simplify it as possible. Alam natin na yung 65 can be written as 13 multiplied by 15 all over. Yung 100, pwede mo isulat as 20 multiplied by 5. E di let's cancel out that 5. E di mangyayari, this is just 13 over 20. So 65% is just 13 over 50 13 over 20 in fractions. Basically, ganun lang siya. Okay, let's proceed to the second example. Second example, 9%. 9% implies that this is 9 over 100. Eh, di ba 9 is odd and 100 is even, therefore there is no common factors between them. Eh, di yan na yun. 9 over 100, and that's pretty much it. Okay? Let's proceed to the third example. The third example is 40%. 40% can be written as 40 all over 100. And 40 can be written as 20 multiplied by 2. And 100 can be expressed as 20 multiplied by 5. And the 20s will cancel out. This will leave us 2 over 5. Diba? Or 2/5. Basically. So, yun. Meron na tayong third example. So, we have 2 more, diba? Dalawa na lang, basically. So, number 4, we have 225%. This implies that we can write it as 225 all over 100. And this is improper, diba? This is an improper fraction. Improper fraction. Eh kapag may improper fraction ka, you can write it as a, say it with me, mixed number. Very good. Okay, you can write the improper fraction as a mixed number. So, ilang 100 meron ang 225? Meron siyang dalawa. Tapos lagay mo yung denominator, edi, di ba may dalawa kang 100, edi 200. 225 minus 200 is 25, yun yung numerator. Eh, paano yung nangyari, sir? Nalito kami. Ganito lang yan basically, ha? I-divide mo lang, ito yung longer method. 100, edi 2, tapos 200, tapos subtraction, 25. Kung ano ito, ito yung numerator. Kung ano ito yung denominator. Ibayin natin yung kulay. Let's say color blue. Ito yung denominator. Tapos kung ano ito yung whole number. Okay? Eh napapansin nyo, 25 over 100 can be simplified. But 25 over 100 is just equal to 25 multiplied by 1 and 25 multiplied by 4. Tama, kasi 25 multiplied by 4 is 100. So you can cancel out the 25. So this is just equal to 1/4. Therefore, 225% is just equal to 2 and 1/4. Ganun lang siya basically. Okay? So yan yung simplified version niya. Ngayon, let's proceed to the fifth example, the last example, 160%. Okay, 160% can be written as, this implies that this is 160 all over 100, but you can further simplify 160 over 100. Or ganito na lang gawin natin. Ilang 100 meron ang 160? Di ba may isa? Tapos lagay mo yung denominator, 100. Kung may isang 100, subtract mo sa 160. 160 minus 100 is 60. Tama ba yun? Okay, so 1 and 60 over 100. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, kung nalilito kayo, 100, ito, 160, 100, subtract, 60, tapos yun. Diba, ganun lang yun basically, diba? Kung ano ito, kung ano ang remainder, yun yung numerator. Kung ano yung divisor, yun yung denominator. Kung ano yung remainder, yun yung whole number. Okay? So, ganun lang yun, diba? But 60 over 100 is just equal to 20 multiplied by 3 and 20 multiplied by 5. Tama ba? Okay. Let's cancel out the 20s. So that will leave us by 3 over 5. Therefore, 160% is just equal to 1 and 3/5. 1 and 3/5. Okay? That's very good. Okay. Paano naman kung gusto nyo improper fraction? Yung nasa taas, yun yung aso, 9 over 4 or 8 over 5. Ayan na. Diba, previously, walang aso yung videos natin. Ngayon, meron na ulit. And yan. Okay. So, yan yung percent to fractions, basically. Now, a mathematician commonly asks this common question, can we convert fractions to percents? Yan yung magandang question as mathematicians. Ang answer, yes. A follow-up question is how? Kung pwede natin i-convert, how will we do it? Now, let's answer it in this next slide. Okay. Ang tanong dun sa previously, how do we convert fractions to percent? Okay? Now, this is how we do it. To change a fraction to a percent, change the fraction to a decimal. Of course, we have to change the fraction to a decimal. How do we do it? Recall, divide the numerator by the denominator. For example, 3/5. To convert it into decimal, divide the denominator by the numerator. Ganun lang. And you can simply do it. Makukuha mo dyan 0, 6, 30, 0. So, ayan, 0.6, diba? 0.6 yan. Okay? So, ganito. Ganito natin gagawin yan, ha? So, delete natin ito. Kasi this is not part of the, Ngayon, and then move the decimal point 2 places to the right and affix or add a percent sign. Ganun lang yun. I-divide mo yung numerator sa denominator and the resulting decimal, i-move mo yung decimal point 2 places to the right, then you have a percent. Ganun lang yan basically. Now let's have fundamental examples, shall we? Write the following fractions to percent. How do we supposed to do it? Solution. Yung number 1 natin is 3/5. Paano natin gagawin yan? First step, divide the numerator by the denominator. Ito. Diba? 5 and 3 does not go in together. So, maglalagay ka ng decimal point. Ito yan. Tapos 0. Extend natin tong yan. So, ang gagawin mo, yung decimal point, ilalagay mo sa taas, tapos may 0 dito. Ngayon, pwede na yan. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. Subtract 0. So, 0.6. 0.6 ang meron ka. And then the next step is to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So, mawawala na yung 0 na to. So, mangyayari, 3/5 is just equal to 0.6 and just equal to 60 and add the percent symbol. And ganun lang yun. Pretty much it. That's pretty much it, guys. Okay, number 2. Number 2, 1/4. Ayun. Divide the numerator by the denominator. E di 1. Hindi pwede ang 1 divided by 4 kasi nga, mas maliit yung numerator. So, affix a decimal point. Ito yan, ito. And add a 0. Gawin natin uniform, 0. Ito. Ngayon, 10 divided by 4, ilang 4 meron ng 10? Dalawa. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Subtract 10 minus 8 is basically 2. Add another 0 and bring down that 0. Hindi pa pala na-change yung color. Ito, bring down that 0. So magiging 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. Subtract, so 0. So ibig sabihin, this is 0.25. Then move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So mangyari, 1/4 is just equal to 0.25 or 25%. 25%. So that's pretty much it. Alam naman natin, di ba? Pag 1/4 of a number is just 25%. Okay? Ayan, let's proceed by number 3. Okay. The dog is barking again. Number 3, 5/8. Okay, how do we supposed to do it? Divide the numerator by the denominator. Diba? Ganito. So, hindi pwede yung 5 divided by 8, no? So, mag-add ka ng 0 in decimal point, and add a 0. Diba? Nasasanay na tayo. Ngayon, how do we suppose and do it? Ilang 8 meron ang 50? 6. Kasi, 6 multiplied by 8 is 48. Then subtract, edi 50 minus 48 is basically 2. Add a 0, bring down that 0, and ito na, 20. Ilang 8 meron ang 20, guys? Dalawa. Kasi 2 multiplied by 8 is 16, and 4. Subtract yan, di ba? And add another 0, and bring down that same 0. Okay? So, magiging 40. Ilang 8 meron ng 40? Edi 5. 5 multiplied by 8 is 40. Subtract 0. Okay, so, anong meron tayo? Anong moral of the story? This is 0.625. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Ano mangyayari? This is 5/8 is just equal to 0.625 and is just equal to 62.5%. Tama? Kasi minove mo yung decimal point into 2 places to the right. Okay, so meron na tayong 3, guys. Now, ano na yung pang-4? What is the 4th one? The 4th one is a mixed number, correct? This is 2 3/4. First of all, change the mixed number into improper fraction. So, paano? 4 multiplied by 2. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 plus 3 is equal to 11 and copy the denominator. Ganun lang yun, ha? Yung denominator, minultiply mo sa whole number and inadd mo sa numerator. Ganun lang yung process, okay? Now, we have a fraction. So, divide the numerator by the denominator. So, yan. Ganito. Ilang 4 meron ng 11? Dalawa. Tama? Ngayon, 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Subtract. 11 minus 8 is 3. Ngayon, meron pa. So, add a decimal point. May decimal point din sa taas. And add a 0. Bring down that same 0. So, magiging 30. Ilang 4 meron ang 30? Alam ko is 7. Merong 7 kasi 7 multiplied by 4 is 28. Okay, subtract. 30 minus 28 is basically 2. Then bring down, add a 0 again and bring down that same 0. So, magiging 20. So, 20 divided by 4 is basically 5. And 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. So, 0 na yan, di ba? So, basically is, 2.75. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. magiging 2 and 3/4 is just equal to 11/4, which is just equal to 2.75, which is just equal to 275%. And that is number 4. Ngayon, we have a final example which will trigger our questioning. And ano yun? Bakit it will trigger our questioning? Bakit? Ngayon, number 5. We have 5/6. Ngayon, divide the numerator by the denominator. So yan. Ilang 6 meron ang 5? Diba hindi yan pwede? So, we'll affix a decimal point. Decimal point, lagyan ng 0. As add a 0. Ayun, okay na. Ilang 6 meron ang 50? Basically, 8, diba? 8 multiplied by 6 is 48. And 50 minus 48 is 2. Add a 0. Bring down that 0. So, magiging 20. 20, ilang 6 meron ng 20? Tatlo. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. So, 2. Add another 0. Bring down that 0. Magiging 20 again. So, 20, ilang 6 meron ng 20? Tatlo. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. So, 2 again. So, you are noticing that this is a, ano to? Ano tong nangyayari? This is a, what type of decimal is this, guys? This is the non-terminating, repeating decimal. Correct. Very good. This is a non-terminating repeating decimal. How do we convert it into a percent? Ganito. Ang gagawin mo, you look to the second digit ng second repeating number. So 3, 'di ba? Kung mas maliit yan sa 5, edi round down. Kapag mas malaki yan sa 5, di round up. Edi ibig sabihin, this is 0.83 approximately. So ang gagawin natin, you'll change this into a fraction, into a percent, move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So, this is approximately 83%. Tama ba? Or, kung gusto mo ng accuracy, pwede mo siya isulat as 83.33 and so on. Lagyan mo ng bar. Lagyan mo ng bar dito to indicate na meron pa siyang kasunod percent. Pero, syempre, di ba, in discount sa mga mall, wala namang 83.33 and so on percent, di ba? So, ginagawa natin, we round it down or up. So, 5/6 is just equal to 0.83333 and so on, which is just equal to 83% approximately. Pwede mo isulat as approximately equal. Pwede mo siya isulat as approximately equal. Kasi ang approximately symbol, kung naalala nyo nung high school kayo, ganito. So, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the case wherein we convert the fractions to percent and percents to fraction. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you learned something today. I hope that you have appreciated this lecture discussion about the conversion between percents and the fractions and fractions to percents. In the next video, we will be discussing the world of percentage, the base and rate, and the conversions and word problems concerning about it. And until then, mathematicians, keep safe and have a great day. Goodbye now.